Hi folks, I'm Devik and welcome to the Artificers Guild, the home of all things Artifact. We have seen the roadmap for Artifact released, news on beta, monetization, card buying, and more. If you haven't yet seen, Artifact posted on the Steam community on Monday the 30th of March at 8:06 PM BSE an article called What's the Plan? Beta 2.0. Aside from our cute imp friends dressed up as Luna and Miranda, the latter not being an Artifact 1.0 might I add, we got a very quick roadmap dropped by the Artifact team. This week we wanted to talk about the Artifact Beta 2.0, what it will include, and when it will happen. We've been focusing on gameplay changes first. The biggest change is zooming out to allow players to access all 3 lanes at once. The majority of effects still work on individual lanes, so they still maintain their identity, but it's less likely that a player will get shut out in the same way that they used to. We've also focused on making the game easier to pick up. We aren't selling cards, so you won't face an opponent with a stacked deck. We've also added a new draft mode, Hero Draft, that gives you a taste of constructing decks without the pressure. The beta will exist as a new executable, and access will be granted to individual accounts. When we are ready to send out invites, we will let you know the process. Here's our current roadmap. Test boring stuff, and they are here. Trickle out invites, starting with players of the original release, ramping up similarly to Dota 2. Work on the beta, eventually transitioning into an open beta, and then leave beta, hopefully quicker than Dota 2. It then goes on to answer a couple of frequently asked questions, which I'd say they do a fairly good job at selecting. These are some of the most frequently asked questions regarding Artifact 2.0 so far. At least those that I can see them giving us some sort of viably useful answer to, apart from the second, but I digress. Question: I didn't play the original. If I buy the original game now, will I be able to get in? The answer is no. We will prioritise people who purchased before today's date. Question 2. I played the original. Will I have access to my stats, cards, decks, etc. from the original game? Answer: in the new version, cards are unlocked through play. Individual cards are likely to have been changed, removed, or brand new, so old decks and stats won't be valid. Question: can I buy cards or packs in the beta? Answer: we have some ideas about what we'd like to sell, but none of them are cards or packs. And finally, I'm a member of the press, a celebrity, a streamer, an influencer, a pro gamer, etc. Can I get in? And the answer: selection will be mostly random, so maybe. What does all of this mean? Well, I think the most important thing to take away from this is that this is the second official Artifact communication in a short space of time. If the new team drop even small amounts of information at this sort of pace, we're all going to be understanding a lot more about what is happening to our game a lot sooner than many originally thought. Let's go through their responses though, and let me get the cop-out question done first. I played the original game, so do I have access to etc, etc? We didn't really get an answer to the question we were actually asking here. While I at least am happy that we will get all of the cards through playing and not purchasing, there is a burning question of what all of our money back then was for. Undoubtedly Artifact was a loss of revenue, but I didn't really expect that to translate to nothing for those who bought into the game hard. I sincerely hope Valve are looking to reward players for the cards they bought, and the money we still have invested into the game today. Even if they just invent some sort of in-game currency, say called Axe Coin, and we got our collection value added to there to spend on cosmetics or something else basic. That at least is something for your most loyal of fans, Valve. Please don't screw that part up. Okay, on to the good stuff, so long as you're a long hauler at least. If you bought the original, you will get into the trickling of beta invites in stage 2 of their roadmap, and I'll tie this into point 4 too. Thereafter, invites will be random, even to celebrities, pro players, and influencers. While my previous point was calling Valve out for their potential mistreatment of their old mega fans, at least all of the old fans together are being looked after. We will be among the first to play Artifact 2.0, and hopefully no beta key monkeys will be required. If any of you see me trying to host a key giveaway, please promptly dislike my video and tweet at Artificer_Guild calling me a nerf herder or something. Hopefully I'll be seeing you long haulers in a game soon. Finally, we got some information about what we can buy in the game. Lo and behold, another correct-ish rumour. We have some ideas about what we'd like to sell, they say, but none of them are cards or packs. Well, that certainly sounds like a battle pass or some cosmetics to me. The free access to the cards, together with supposedly making the game easier to pick up, should see a surge of players come to the game and stay. Yes, we all loved the wonderful chess game of Artifact 1.0, but it wasn't accessible enough to generate a lasting community. If we truly want our game to succeed, I'm afraid we need all of the players, scrubs and all, and they need to have a fighting chance. Just remember, every loss in Artifact 2.0 is just because you're way too smart, and if this were Artifact 1.0, you definitely would have won that game. Anyway, the new Hero Draft mode sounds fun. No idea what it's going to be, what it's a interesting take on, but I do like limited pools of cards. It makes games all about the tactics. I played a lot of the Call of the Wild event in Artifact 1 and had some decent success, so here's hoping I take some inspiration from that, and maybe a little from Underlords and the success of Auto Chess, and we might just have a brilliant new format. Finally, aside from confirmation that the game will be its own executable, we have the first rumour officially confirmed. You will play all of the lanes at once. I know many of you don't like the idea, but honestly, I look forward to the crazy plate spinning we'll have to do as we try and fight across all 3 lanes. The game is going to be full to the brim with even more subtle movements, setups, and fake-outs, and I can't wait to get my hands on that beta. That just about wraps up everything I can say about a few paragraph roadmap. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, feel free to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out. I've been Divok of the Artificers Guild, and I'll see you next time.